The Ghost Submarine, the untold story of U-869. In 1991, a group of civilian divers stumbled upon something that defied logic. A German submarine resting on the ocean floor where no submarine was ever supposed to be. What they would uncover over the next several years would not only rewrite the official history of World War II, but also spark a chilling mystery that remains unresolved to this day. This is the incredible true story of U-869, a lost Nazi U-boat, a vanishing act at sea, and the divers who brought its secrets back to light. Part I. The Vanishing. During the chaos of World War II, death came swiftly and silently beneath the Atlantic. Nazi U-boats prowled the waters like silent predators, cutting down Allied vessels with ruthless precision. Among them was U-869, one of Germany's largest long-range submarines, nearly 250 feet long, equipped with 6 torpedo tubes, and designed to cross oceans undetected. Launched in 1943 and commanded by the seasoned Captain Helmut Neuerberg, U-869 was deployed in the waning months of the war. Wartime records stated its mission was to target the waters around Gibraltar, a vital Allied choke point. But communication failures, fractured command, and crumbling logistics plagued the German Navy. Some believe U-869 was redirected mid-mission. On February 11, 1945, a U.S. destroyer and a Coast Guard cutter claimed to have sunk an unidentified German sub near Gibraltar. Allied command identified it as U-869. No survivors. No wreckage. No questions asked. For decades, history accepted that story, another line in the bloody ledger of the war. But cracks began to show. There were no definitive images or sonar of a wreck near Gibraltar. German logs never confirmed U-869's final position. And the submarine's last radio transmission had come from the North Atlantic, thousands of miles away from its supposed death site. Was the sub misidentified? Was it rerouted? Or was something far more secretive underway? Part 2. The Jersey Mystery. In 1991, off the coast of New Jersey, experienced divers John Chatterton and Richie Kohler were scanning the seafloor when their sonar lit up with a strange torpedo-shaped object. What they found would challenge everything history had claimed. At a depth of 230 feet, they discovered a sunken submarine, large, corroded, entangled in fishing nets, and undocumented. No name, no flag, no record. Nicknamed Yohu, this mystery sub didn't belong to any known loss in the area. Further dives revealed German metric gauges, piping, and parts unmistakably of Nazi origin. Yet no identifying marks. The breakthrough came when the team recovered a butter knife engraved with the name Horenberg. A search through wartime naval records led them to a real crewman, Georg Horenberg of U-869. More parts surfaced, serial-numbered engine components that matched those used in U-869. Finally, in 1997, the U.S. Navy confirmed it. This was the wreck of U-869. Not near Gibraltar, but 3,000 miles away off the American coast. Part 3. Theories and Secrets. But the mystery deepened. Why was U-869 there? And how did it sink? 2 theories dominate. Death by friendly fire. Some believe U.S. Navy vessels, the USS Howard D. Crowe and the USS Coiner, detected and destroyed the sub with depth charges. But the coordinates don't quite match, and U-869 was never expected that far west. Killed by its own torpedo. World War II German torpedoes were prone to a terrifying malfunction known as the circle runner, where a torpedo would loop back and strike the launching sub. U-869's hull damage and lack of battle evidence support this theory. But both explanations leave unanswered questions. Some torpedo tubes were still sealed. If U-869 engaged in combat, why didn't it fire? And if it was destroyed by its own weapon, where's the record? What if the mission was more clandestine? Part 4. The Sealed Compartment. In 2024, new diving technology allowed access to a long inaccessible part of the wreck. Inside, divers found a preserved time capsule, lockers, uniforms, Nazi memorabilia, and even encrypted documents possibly linked to the Abwehr, the German military intelligence. Among the discoveries, an officer's ceremonial dagger, an Iron Eagle insignia, propaganda leaflets aimed at Americans, and a partially decrypted code book. Could U-869 have been part of a covert mission to land operatives or spread Nazi materials on U.S. soil in the final days of the war? The implications are staggering and terrifying. Part 5. The survivor who wasn't there. There was one man who should have been aboard U-869, but wasn't. Herbert Gashofsky had trained with the crew and was scheduled for deployment, but illness sidelined him days before departure. Another sailor took his place. When the divers contacted him in the 1990s, Herbert was stunned. For 50 years he believed U-869 had been lost near Gibraltar like the rest of the world. The truth hit hard. He recognized names, items, memories. But he didn't seek fame, only closure. He passed away in 2005, never knowing the full extent of what the wreck would reveal. Epilogue. The cold case beneath the sea. The wreck of U-869 lies silent off the coast of New Jersey. Its story brought to light not by governments or armies but by a group of passionate, relentless civilian divers. Yet the final chapter remains unwritten. Was it sabotage? Miscommunication? A top-secret mission gone wrong? The sealed compartments, the cryptic documents, and the strange silence all point to something bigger, something we may never fully uncover. One truth remains: U-869 may have been lost to history, but it was not forgotten.